Welcome everyone to Right Space. My name is Elizabeth White Olson. I'm the director of Right Space, which is very new, 3 months old, about 4 months. Anyway, so very happy to have you all here. Thank you for being here. I have a little bit of information about our upcoming workshops. If you're interested, take it with you. If not, we'll leave it on the chair and we'll get back there for someone else. Also, just to let you all know that we have a discount, a starving artist special this weekend that's running 20% off our workshops. If you're interested in that, please sign up for our email list. If you're already on our email list, then you should have information about that in your inbox.
And I wanted to let you know that there's a group of us that's completely blocking your access to the food and the books because we were yapping. So I wanted you to know there's snacks, and I also wanted you to know that since we're having these lovely snacks and everything for everybody free, don't feel shy about purchasing a book. $10 a piece. We have Tides of Possibility, and we also have Writers of the Future, which features historical ones and Tides of Possibility authors. So both of them are worthy ways to support starving artists. So you guys enjoy and have a nice night.
Tides of Possibility. I just wanted to talk a moment about how awesome all of our writers are. I got over 100 submissions for the Tides of Possibilities, and I whittled that down to about 30. And the submissions that I chose are the very best, and especially some of the readers we have. I was reading through there, and these submissions just blew me out of the water, especially our first reader. When I read her submission, I knew it was going to be the very first that I put in the book to introduce everyone to it. So I want to introduce you to Erin Kennemer. The first story in Tides of Possibility, her story, The Black Prince.
Thank you. That was an excellent introduction. Okay, so I kind of selected a little bit into the story to read, but hopefully it's not too obscure. I think you'll know what I'm talking about. So the story kind of takes place in a Cajun sort of area, so kind of think that and hope that you enjoy. Walima Prince, first girl in the black. Walima, the spacewalker, the flying prince. She scrawled across the white paper, looping the L's in her name as large as her heart. Her daddy had built a black ship to fly into the big empty, and she was going to ride in it. Didn't much matter that he told her no. Wasn't anyone who could tell her no since her mama died. The lemon yellow kitchen was her favorite room in the house because the walls were as bright as your mother's smile, like her daddy always said. Sometimes it felt normal just sitting around at the dining table, like Mama was still around. The paper folded neatly into her pocket. She'd keep it until the newspapers came. She'd ask the reporter which one he liked best. The papers didn't know about Daddy's black ship yet, but they'd come as soon as he let her tell. She was late for school, and nothing would do to cool teacher's head if she walked in after the bell again. It'd only take her a few minutes to walk there, assuming she cut through the Jenkins yard. Their old dog was all bark, and Walima could outrun him anyway. She grabbed her satchel, checking that her science project was safely inside. Walima, explorer extraordinaire. Ooh, I should write that one down. She repeated it to herself the whole way, just to keep from forgetting. Sure enough, she made it in time. Her third grade class had only one window, and her desk was right next to it, ever since Marco had tried to crawl out when Miss Deladue back was to the board. She slipped into it, pulling her roll of poster out from her bag, and laying it across the top of the desk. Who wants to show the project first? Asked Mr. Deladue. Walima and Clovis Jr. both raised their hands at the same time. Walima stretched as far forward as she could, trying to make her arm taller than his. Clovis was doing the same thing, and his too small shirt was gaping over his belly. Clovis was one of those poor kids her daddy always said to be nice to, but Walima wanted to go first. Okay, Clovis, you're first. Walima, settle down, you can go after. Walima gave a loud sigh and rocked back in her seat. Clovis was going to take forever, and she just knew it. His daddy fixed cars, so he'd written about different paints that worked better on different metals. The rest of the class was just as bored, heads dipping, eyes blinking. Clovis was such a big mouth. Mr. Deladue moved his sour gaze around the stuffy room, making sure no one was asleep. The papery slapping of a dozen half-hearted claps made Walima jump. Clovis was finally done flapping his jaw. She straightened out, curling the edges of her poster board, and took a deep breath. Mr. De La Due waved her forward. Show us what you've done, Walima. The report is on the black. She waited a moment to make sure everyone was paying attention. Henry, now you better look up here, she snapped, and the rest of the class laughed. Mr. De La Due gave her a look. Just keep going, Walima. The big black is all around us. She showed her poster board. Inside it, we can see the sun, moon, big brother, little brother. She gestured at each planet as she said its name. What are those other things you drew? Henry asked. He was still sore at her. I'm getting there. Some people say there used to be more out in the night sky. There used to be stars. Walima's face fell as the other kids started to laugh. You're supposed to be doing a science project, wacky, teased Clovis. He was a poor kid. How could he be teasing her? Settle down, kids. Walima, you best keep your report about the four celestials. I'll still pass you if you talk about them. Walima plowed ahead. Everyone knows about Earth and the moon, what comes out in the night to give us light. Big brother, little brother, move with us and look like tiny bright dots you can see when there aren't any clouds. But stars, there's something special. No one's ever seen them, but they hide behind the sun. They shine like big brother and little brother, only brighter. And if you can catch one, it's good luck. That's enough, Walima. There isn't such a thing as stars. I want you to take that project home and have your father sign it. Does he know what sort of silliness you're spinning? Sure he does. He's the one that told me about them. Just because you haven't seen a thing doesn't mean it isn't real. Sometimes you have to have faith. Walima, you sound like a loon. Have a seat and stop upsetting the rest of the class. The older kids didn't sound upset. They were laughing so hard it was a good thing they weren't drinking milk. Walima walked back to her desk. It was going to be a long day, but soon, she'd be able to stop their laughing for good.